Hello, Legend of the Mist gamers. I wanted to point out this great module brought up some questions that I went and had clarified with some of the um, community that also have experience with the other City of Mist game that's come out later called Otherscape. And that gave some insight, even though the rules haven't been released yet, gave some insight on how some of the things on these character sheets work. So I'm showing you the new module that another one of the community members made. It's fantastic. Um, and the character sheets are beautiful, and it's just works great. Now, one of the confusing things for me were what were these things that were marked, and these only happen on pre-gen characters, and so the pre-gen characters that came out with Otherscape were very much the same format. So they were able to clue me in on what these mean. These are actually the active tags, and then these are not active, which means you don't have them yet. You would add them as you gain experience. So each time you mark an experience, when you get all the way up to filling your experience, then you mark them back down again. So this is left clicking to mark experience, right clicking to get rid of the marks. And then you add, like I'm going to add one of these. So I want to add a loyal horse. I don't have that right now. So you double click on it. It brings the up into like edit mode. And then you could add loyal horse. And then when you close it, the X, then loyal horse is now active and available. So when you do roll dice, loyal horse would be on the list. Because I was wondering why not all of the tags are on the list. Normally character sheets won't have all these tags on them. They'll have just the ones you've put in there. So in this case, characters begin with a tag, a theme title. You pick this, and this is also a tag. So you can use it in a role. You can say, I want to add this to my role, Protector of the Dale, and Loyal Horse, and Feign Courage. I'm charging up to him, trying to scare them, right? So the other thing to know here is you may have, like I'm doing it in somewhat a rash fashion, so there's my minus. And then if there's any statuses, we're going to factor those in. And then if we're going to track the outcome, meaning we want to pay attention to how much power there is, it also gives us the chance to kind of categorize our action based on these things. So it gives us a little bit of clue. I had put this in the player screen so you could reference them yourselves, but maybe you don't need to, aside from this has some extra information about each kind of thing. And basically it's telling you the cost to accomplish it. So if I'm going to track it and I'm going to do I want to influence them or like to back off, right? So I'm going to choose influence. And then when I roll, it's going to roll the dice, and these are very much looking like the official Legend of the Mist dice. So it says that I'm rolling with 0 power, and I did a miss. And you can get the details by clicking on it. So you can say I rolled a 3 and a 1, that's only a 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and then -1 is 6. So I actually rolled a 6 total. So you can see that with all of that, it was a 6. So it's a miss. There's actually no power. So it just reduced it to, it would have been 2 power, right? If I had been able to do that, it would have had 2 power if I succeeded. But my roll wasn't good enough. So anyway, this is really cool. And it lets you advance your character during the game. So I was wondering how I might do that. But I'm glad that I was thinking the rules, since there was no commentary in the tinderbox about this at all. I was thinking maybe that you got all the tags and these were just like extra bonus tags, or they were main theme kind of tags, or that there'd be some mechanic announced later about it. But indeed, these are just in the pre-gens so that you have tags to add later as you experience and you get to improve your theme. You get to choose more and say, okay, I want to add my reassuring presence to here. These are how I'm growing my theme, right? So anyway, that's how that works. And I wanted to point that out to you. That's a significant difference in how I was running the demo so far, because there's no rules about this at all. I just let you have all the tags and go for it. But that's a lot of tags. So now what you'll do is when you start, you'll only have these initial tags. And as you advance themes. If you can do that during our demo, you'll be able to pick another tag and that will start showing up to add into your thing. So you can grab, by the way, just a couple pointers about this cool module. You can grab your character sheet and kind of move it around so you can get it out of the way if you want. Or this is the title bar right in here. Or if you double click it, it'll minimize into the title bar, and then double clicking again expands it again. So when you're choosing your items for your backpack, we've already talked about that. In most of the demos, I had you pick 3 things out of your backpack to carry, and you can choose 3 different things once you rest and pick different things. If you're burning a tag, there's a little flame off to the side for burning. There's experience that you can mark for using your weakness tags. And just when you roll your roll, it's going to ask you which tags. It only shows you the ones you actually have available and that are active, and then your weakness tags. So pretty cool how that all turns out. I don't get to intervene as much as I do with the City of Mist one. So you're going to have to choose your own. I'm probably just try to remind you if you have any weakness tags that make sense that you should use, you could use those, and that's how you're going to gain experience, right? So anyway, really cool stuff. The dice are cool. There's a notes section. You could write in notes built into your character sheet. But otherwise, pretty cool altogether. I like it a lot. So I hope you do too.